My name is Ana Acacio. I was born in Mexico on May 15th of 1999. I was raised just like any other child should, with loving parents, great friends, and an education. As I turned older, I felt invincible. Like I could do anything I wanted and the world would support me just as much as my loved ones did. But then, as I kept growing, I was feeling less and less invincible. Until suddenly, not so much.
Thought of this, but what do you think of those typical phrases like, oh, real women have curves, or women have to be skinny, or certain body types applied to women as a stereotype? What do you think about that?
I think anything that starts with women have to or men have to, there is no way you can have a sentence that encompasses all and everyone. What women should look like, what women should do, how women should act, this is what we're trying to get away from and hopefully come to a place of acceptance. I don't think how you look and what you wear and how you act determines how intelligent you are.
Gender equality is when women and men have the same rights and opportunities, when their behaviors and needs are equally favored and satisfied. Sadly, nowadays, this equality has not been completely reached because of the creation of stereotypes. Those stereotypes force women in our society to act a certain way, otherwise they're judged and treated with inferiority.
Genuinely, as somebody who I think has a very good job here, who's been very successful, I would still say my life is largely determined. The first thing people see about you is your sex and your color. And they've already made assumptions, they've already made stereotypes. So since I've been lucky enough to move and live abroad, my perspective has changed, but I do think that traditional gender roles or expectations are very dominant still in society today, and we see them whether it's in advertising or in the way that our parents raise us. It's very different for women to even connect with one another because our history, our experiences, and our lives shape us. So how I see you is going to be completely different from how a Mexican person sees you and a Mexican woman sees you. And then to add the idea of color or race to that makes it even more complicated.
Women started fighting to achieve gender equality and to revalorize their role in our society. This is called women's empowerment. At first, the roles women and men had were not seen as a way of showing superiority and inferiority. They were only seen as a way of making the society work. Inequality as a term came by the end of the 19th century, when women were excluded from doing daily activities such as receiving education, politics, voting, and choosing certain types of professions. At the beginning of the 20th century, women realized that they had to search for a way to stop this discrimination towards them. So they started with multiple movements with one same goal. Women is equal to men. Both of them can do the same things. With this goal in mind, they search for equality before the law, rights, and respect toward each woman.
Gender equality is not only fundamental human right, it is necessary for the peaceful and prosperous world, because even though the world has achieved a progress in gender equality, there are still many cases of discrimination, violence, and inequality towards women. Women empowerment is being proud of being a woman, commit to letting the world know what being a woman is, with its and bad things, but still showing them how beautiful being a woman is.
About it.
The repercussions of talking about gender stereotypes is, well, people labeling you, right? If you want to get over an obstacle or break the boundaries or push the boundaries, there will be names that are thrown at you because you're pushing something that has been in power for a very long time. People question the way you act. So those are some of the repercussions, but at the same time, some of the repercussions, some of the consequences are positive because it actually generates awareness and information. And I would say something as much as, at least in my experience at Tech, 90% or even 95% of people are misinformed about gender, what gender means, what feminism means, and why these roles even have to exist. No one even questions them, and if we don't question them, we can't really change them.
There are several campaigns that support this idea, and the most recognized one is the one created by Emma Watson, that says that the people should head for this change. She thinks that women and men should have the same rights. She started to support this campaign because when she was young, the people started to see her as a sexual image, just because she was a woman. Also, because her friends made an incredible change in their lives, so they could have the image that the society wants. So these things happened, Emma decided to become feminist.
UN Women created He for She on September 20, 2014 in order to have an organized way of reaching an audience on a global scale. This with the purpose of having a direct influence on people regarding gender inequality. He for She uses creative ideas online and tries to engage men in every corner of the world to help to fix gender equality issues.